Biafra must be restored, for there is nothing the enemies can do about it. We have come that the will of the Most High may prevail. Radio Biafra is unorthodox. The way we do things are markedly different from how others do it. We are under divine instruction. We have come that IKECHUKWU may take control of these very proceedings this evening, for we are nothing without him. O Elohim, unto thee we repose all that we are. Do not allow your children, IPOB, to be put to shame. Do not allow us to be devoured by the hands of the wicked. Do not allow us, O mighty one, to fall prey to those who do not know thee. You will deliver us, not because we are righteous, but because of your mercy. Hear our cry and our supplication. We are not armed. We have not killed anyone. We have not jailed anyone. We have not done anything at all to warrant the level of destruction and carnage being visited upon your children. The same way Israel suffered, so is Biafra suffering today. And if you, Elohim, can deliver Israel, so will you deliver Biafra. That is our hope. That is our anchor of everything that we hold dear as a race and as a people. You brought Biafra that light may come into Africa. You gave us hope because we are in a continent of hopelessness. And by thy grace, Biafra shall be restored. We shall be resurrected. We shall crown our efforts with the glory by the grace of the Most High himself. We are not strong. We do not pretend to be strong. All we do is to submit ourselves to your will, that your will may be done upon our lives. We have lost many people. We have lost so many good people. Their sacrifice will never be forgotten. We shall honor them, and for their sake Biafra will come. Israel lost people, and today Israel is here as a beacon of hope in a land filled with darkness. We beseech thee, Elohim, because we are wandering all over the world, hoping against every hope that things will turn around for the better. It has never turned around for the better. Instead, it is getting worse. Please do not abandon your children. You have given us a commission, and we must accomplish it in our lifetime. We have come to honor your holy name. We have come to praise thee. We have come to honor thee, that your name may be glorified, adored, and praised forever and ever.
Good evening, fellow comrades and lovers of freedom. My name is Mazi Umeh. I reside here in United Kingdom, and it's 8 minutes on top of the hour, 8 p.m. here in United Kingdom, presumably the same time in the Holy Land of Biafra. And today is another day that we have congregated, as we all have had our leaders' prayer. We have not killed anyone. We have not jailed anyone. We are fighting a just cause. But as you all know, that Nnamdi have prayed and have prophesied about what we are going through today. That we have enemy within and outside. and so many of us shall be bought over. And he was not pleading that people were not going to bought over, but we saw it today is happening. Now, I want to reiterate again, like we promised in this platform, whenever we anchor this program, Biafra Alpha Power Media stroke UK media and events is under the leadership of Mazi Umeh here in the United Kingdom, standing on the gap of Radio Biafra, as you all know, that the demons have possessed so many men, and now they have taken over our platform. They have turned it into where they go and slay and kill our people, where they make a pronunciation, where they pass a death sentence and death warrant over our people. Radio Biafra was formed to liberate Biafra, but today that holy platform is where they orchestrated all their evil. So many men have gone down in Radio Biafra because their name was mentioned. And we say no to substitute. Our land shall be free. Like I always promise, that anytime we come upon this platform, that will reiterate concerning the duty care that was bestowed in every single one of you as an IPOB member, that have sworn an oath to restore Biafra. Doesn't matter the weather you found yourself. And there's no excuses, there's no if but, there's no back door that you can go to escape this world. It's holding every single one of us accountable. Tonight, I want to remind those IPOB under oath members that you have a duty here to restore Biafra. Do not tell me that you are confused. Any single one of you that's still confused up to this hour, I don't know what to say to you and how you raise your children or your grandchildren. But what I must tell you is that we have not come out from what happened in 1966 to 70, the betrayal against Biafra that our people still suffer today. Even the Ojukwu brother came out. I'm going to play his voice tonight in this program to show you why we failed in 67 to 70. Now, be wary of the oath he took. Mazi Umeh is still held down in the SS dungeon, not because of his own making. It's a mandate from heaven that was given to him. I heard him on Radio Biafra that one first time he went to Israel. Second time, I think it's the third, that voice came and said, "My son, go and liberate my people. But you must do one thing. Do not lie. It doesn't matter. It's in the point of death." That's why Onyendu had proclaimed in front of his two parents, in their homeland, in his highness, late Israel Kanu and Lord Ugeze. Two of them was in his two, between two, he was sitting standing in between two of them and his wife in the other flank. And he said, "I will sacrifice anything sacrificable, including to my two parents and my wife and my kids, if so be it." And he said that any day I dream of betraying Biafra, if IKECHUKWU did not destroy him an entire generation, I know that IKECHUKWU does not exist. And I stand on that word. Until the day Mazi Umeh can betray us, then you have cause to say you're confused. Do not be dismayed about these charlatans. They are not the first and they won't be the last. At the end, Biafra shall be restored. Now, tonight is going to be a night that I want to unveil a lot of things within IPOB. Specifically, I want to tell Biafrans that our enemy within. I remember in 2017, before Operation Python dance, somebody suggested that the only way they can dismantle IPOB is when they create fractions within IPOB, which they tried. They tried their hideout on that 2017-2016. Create RIPOB and TRIPOB, none of this worked. And the truth about the matter is, somebody sneaked into IPOB through the back door in the name of IKECHUKWU, a GO4 barrister. You might call him that, because the analysis I'm going to do tonight is from the genesis of where our problem starts, and the disdain and the crime that a GO4 have committed over time, and is on professionalism because he was trained in the zoo. Even he denied the man that paid his school fees. Shows you all, it tells you all you need to know. Emekofor was the man that actually aided him because he drew for. I don't think your father can afford to send you to law school. That's the fact of life. No disrespect. All of us, some of our parents couldn't send us to school because they couldn't afford it. And we live with it. And there's nothing. That's why we fought our tutors to make sure that those behind us, they got a good life. Now, the reason why I'm saying this tonight is I want people to understand where we are coming from and what has happened. And Ejiofor has been the biggest setback IPOB has suffered since inception. Because Ejiofor were into IPOB from the day Onyendu was rendition. Ejiofor started this because Ifeanyi was involved on those that rendition Onyendu. All of them, they know who did it. We don't want to start calling their names. Like Kanu said, I listened to one of his interviews. He was interviewed by one of our brothers lives in, I think, in Canada. He said that he shouldn't need to say more, that Onyendu will come out. That's honest submission. That Onyendu will speak for himself, which Onyendu communicated with his legal, with our special counsel, that those that are mentioned their name were not involved and those that renditioned him. And Onyendu is not in a hurry to find out who renditioned him because he was where he was supposed to meant to be to restore Biafra, because he said, I'm going to fight from the front. Now, what I'm going to read first before I continue this program is the paragraph on the Ejiofor draft, a falsified guidance principle that all of them are operating today. If you remember, their first distraction with they followed Madam Nyanya Tut and Neil for our money. Try to create, fractions within IPOB and confusion all over the place because the money, when they attack the money, everybody get confused. I had a lot of my members call me, George, I cannot take it anymore because there's no directions anymore. Well, I'm not going to tell you not to go. But remember that you took an oath. That's all I will remind you. It's my duty. The day I had that voice, I was asleep. And he said, anytime you come on program, please, my son, remind my people about this particular oath. People take it for a joke. People like us, we are not here for play. We are not here for playing or laughing with people or making friends. This is a duty call. Men has died because of this. And was sworn that we'll fight alongside of them till Biafra is restored. So I'm going to tell you that on that guidance principle, what has brought everything you've seen today in IPOB was a stroke of pen of IKECHUKWU Ejiofor. That is where he hatched all this evil. And there's a particular paragraph that I need to read to make you understand that whatever we say here stand on the E. He said every fundraising activities must be approved by the head of finance and audit department until further notice. I don't know who these people are. Now, F said, Rita OEC is a deemed and authorized representative and has the authority to manage all finance operations, sign, execute documents, and contracts in the name of IPOB and Mazi Umeh without any further authorization by Mazi Umeh, full stop. That means that Onyendu has got nothing to offer anymore, and whatever they have decided to do, so shall it be. And that is where we are. That's why they put IPOB into autopiloting. When they talk about autopiloting from when they started it, and we argue that autopilot is actually Chike Doziem, they are the ones that are exhibiting that autopiloting, because I don't know what that means. Now, I want to take you today to show you what has happened here in United Kingdom and the double standard of Ejiofor. Sometimes over time, people will not know what is happening, but sometimes things will happen, which probably I'm going to explain a little bit. Some of you remember that we were in court here in United Kingdom, an apparent court on the 22nd of June 2022. And a lot of questions has been asked about what that court was all about. Some of them don't even know what the court was about. Some of them have argued that we are wasting money there. And last year, when this happened on November last year with the first sitting before the appeal, they came out and said that Kanu and a host of others was in the church. That was lies. They have not filed any case in United Kingdom. Don't forget, in UK here, we had a very issue. The first issue cracking up in UK was they have tried all their hard out after they stole over $38,000 were contributed on ESN false fundraising we did in UK. We don't know what they do with the money. Now they came up that Onyendu have instructed that they should raise legal funds raising in UK. No, lobby legal fundraising, they call it, lobby. And in UK, we don't have any lobby system here. We have parliamentarian system. You go to your MP surgeries. That's how the United Kingdom is being structured. Now, that money they raised, about 12,000 US pounds, nobody know what they do with that money. Nothing happened. Onyendu have his own firm in UK, which is Bearsman representing Onyendu from inception, which has a contact with Kanu. This lawsuit established on this lawsuit was against the Secretary of State of United Kingdom of negligence, his duty call of Mazi Umeh fundamental rights and whatnot. Now, after that first hearing and the judgment was not satisfied with us, then we proceed to appeal court and we granted appeal court. That was where we went. That was broadcast across globe. I'm gonna read, and this is the press release that publication that this is on 7th of July. The verdict they pulled out was that it said UK Court of Appeal expressed deep concerns about the treatment of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu following the Nigerian Federal Court clear and emphatic judgment that he was the victim of the unlawful extraordinary rendition in clear and in grossly violation of international law. A risk of lawlessness is identified if the Nigerian Supreme Court uphold its court of appeal judgment and no action is taken. I don't know some of you understand what all this thing is, but UK is playing a very dangerous game with this issue because we understand, everybody must understand that this particular lawsuit is based on the three arms of government, because when you see the Secretary of State, literally you see United Kingdom and including those judges there, we are appealing against judges. Judges don't want to appeal against that. We understand all this. I was there live. It's not like you're telling me, but it's a case they will not get away with because at the end of the day, it's going to haunt every single one of them. And it's bordered in every UK citizen. If you have issues abroad, because if you guys were following that case that they go and listen to it, all the reference I'm missing is previous cases. Mazi Umeh case will one day become a reference in United Kingdom court. Now, on where you see I marked out yellows, there's a reason why I highlighted the yellow. Nnamdi is a British citizen, leaders of indigenous people of Biafra, a group that called for self-determination for Biafra. In June 2021, Mr. Kanu was adopted from the airport in Nairobi, Kenya by Nigerian Security Service and was detained and tortured for around 10 days in Kenya. He was then flew blindfolded on a private plane. Do you understand that we are making this assertion in UK court? This is the only thing we have recorded. The world know what is happening. Forget about the shenanigan going on in Abuja because Britain is involved. They are the masters. They own zoo. But this game, we have to play with them. But where is the game lie here in United Kingdom? For those that don't know. Now, they're accepting all these things because don't forget, extraordinary rendition was established because there was a amount of evidence that Onyendu went to Kenya. Those that we are calling Mazi Kanu should have told them. All these clowns, they could have tampered with the evidence that we should have used. Onyendu passport was mailed back to Kanu. How did we establish Onyendu was in Kenya? Do they know? They don't know. But I'm telling you tonight. Now, this is the UK appeal court accepting extraordinary rendition. Even if you know what it was, I'm going to play Simon Ekpa's voice here, where he himself confirmed that the lunatic does not even understand what extraordinary rendition, and he says he's a lawyer. Every single case, extraordinary rendition is a crime against humanity. Against humanity. This is a banditry of a government, for your information. Now, they have accepted all these things happen to Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is a fact. And how do they establish this? Because somebody was somewhere doing this work without making noise or shouting. But follow it head on. Now, for nearly 2 years, he has been held in solitary confinement in a cell at Nigerian Intelligence Agency headquarters in Abuja, Nigeria. Since his detention in Nigeria, Mr. Kanu family have asked the British government to take a step to secure release on the ground that there was no lawful basis for bringing him to Nigeria. I will stop there because I don't want to read this too much. Now, there's something again I want to touch on. When I highlighted blue, he said, however, despite expressing deep concern about Mr. Kanu treatment, Ben L was not willing to find that Abbasi afforded the court authority to require the foreign secretary to reach a firm view. Some of you don't understand what firm view. Take a stand. A firm view. Take a stand. We want them to pronounce that Onyendu was they're accepting it, but they don't want, the Secretary of State doesn't want to accept that because this is a politicking going on because it's their own interest. Because zoo is where they're getting their resource from. But we understand that. But one good thing we have done here, succinctly put, is that IPOB, in conjunction with the Onyendu family, because of banditry have come into IPOB, have now questioning British government in their own court for the first time. For the first time. I'm talking about those that are seeking asylum. Now, all we want the Secretary of State is come, but they say he have the power, because don't forget, all these things are the same British now. So, to reach a firm view on whether Mr. Kanu has been subjected to rendition, Ben L also ruled that it's not irrational for the foreign secretary to refuse to reach a firm view. Whistle an appeal of the Nigerian Court of Appeal judgment remains pending before the Nigerian Supreme Court. You ask yourself, what is got to do with Britain and the zoo? Tells you all you need to know, because they work in hand. But we understand that we can accept that. For your information, we have appealed this case to the Supreme Court. And how hypothetically it was as soon as this verdict came up, they gave us 2 hours. They thought we were going to back out. I'm just letting you guys know tonight. Some of you don't understand. That's what I'm saying. Don't sit on your comfort zone and saying you're tired. It requires money to go to Supreme Court in this country. Is not a child's play. Even to go to appeal, to allow you to appeal to the Secretary of State of the United Kingdom, it is not my case. For your information, you could see our firm and the marvelous job they have done, and we are holding them head on, because that is the goal we have holding. That's the only thing we can look at. We can turn back and say, yes, we have done something, and those are still doing something. Now, I want to read this before I end up this now, because something I want to say. He said, I think this is a family, Kanu family. Kanu family was saying, I'm disappointed that the UK Court of Appeal did not feel able to compel the British government to take a firm sentence right now on my brother's rendition. I continue to find it astonishing, given the huge amount of evidence and clear acceptance by the United Nations and Nigerian court that the British government cannot or will not reach a view on what happened to him. The Court of Appeal has said that the British government is entitled to wait for the decision of the Nigerian Supreme Court before it reach its own view, which is bollocks. Shows you that this is something, they're meddling already. They are the one holding on you, and I said it before. British is one holding, but they know that if anything happened to Mazi Umeh, then they will know that there's some of madness that we kept. We don't want to bring it on yet. People are talking now. When things change, a lot of people understand that some people somewhere have not spoken. But let me continue. Now, this is Kanu saying this. A family of Onyendu now is expressing their disdain of the ruling from the British government not taking that stand. He said this is simply allow the British government to continue to act in a complacently whistle. My brother remained detained in life-threatening condition. I hope that we will be granted permission to appeal so that this important issue can be tested before the Supreme Court, which already we are there. Mr. Kanu family, represented by the Shemmaker and John Harford of Baseman of Bristol Chamber, and that is it. So now I'm going to get out from here. So the truth about this matter is that everybody knows there's a lawsuit in the United Kingdom, and we are moving forward with it. And this is the only thing, and including the marvelous job that Barrister, our legal special counsel, is collaborating with these foreign lawyers that is working for IPOB. Onyendu made it. Even remember when they wanted to kick him out, Onyendu made it just like Bruce Fame. Onyendu made it abundantly clear, because Onyendu know Ejiofor is limited. He's a local champion. He does not understand nothing. Now, so I want to move forward to show you now the complacency of Ejiofor, the duplicity of Ejiofor, and the Ejiofor double standard against IPOB. Now, on this day that we went to this court, I remember Telegram interviewed Mazi Kanu because I was there. A UK Telegram interviewed Mazi Kanu. But lo and behold, somebody led them to Ejiofor. Ejiofor is sitting in Abuja or wherever he's sitting. And they granted him interview on Telegram, UK Telegram. Hypothetically, Ejiofor was one of those people that said there was no lawsuit in United Kingdom. If some of you remember. Ejiofor was one of those people that said there was no lawsuit in United Kingdom. And he went to grant interview. And the recharge card world media worms are rejoicing. You ask yourself, what did Ejiofor understand that actually happened? Nothing. I don't want to go in details who led them to interview him. But one thing you must take home is that in this life, one thing that can stand the test of time is truth. The only thing that can stand the test of is truth. It doesn't matter how we shape it up and down. Time will take its course. Ejiofor have just shot himself again. The sacked barrister, Ejiofor, compromised sacked barrister. The criminal that are facing criminal charges in the zoo have already shot himself in the foot. Again, he's granted this garbage interview to Telegram. I just want to let you guys know. And look at what he said. I said, Mr. Ejiofor said, I am 100% sure that if he were made to undergo medical proceeding under custody, that anything could happen. Do you understand now that anything could happen? Given the history of he was adopted, how he underwent extraordinary rendition, how he was tortured. Now, the question is, has Onyendu been treated? This is the problem we have here. I don't know if anybody is understanding my point here. Ejiofor is telling them that if Onyendu undergo treatment in DSS dungeon, Onyendu is still there. Has Onyendu been treated by his own appointed, independent physician that Onyendu requested? Ejiofor blocked it because Ejiofor Mazi kind of died. If Onyendu is in DSS dungeon, Mazi kind of die so that he can eat the blood money that I have collected from the zoo. He will not enjoy it with his own family. Not while we are alive. Not why some people like us is alive. These people, they don't know what they have gotten into. This is just the beginning. You see what is happening in Biafra land? It's just a charge because I'm going to go into it tonight. Now, only thing I want to confirm tonight is that Ejiofor is the criminal within IPOB, destroying IPOB. Nobody else. He granted interview to UK Telegram without even knowing what happened. Have you seen people travel to Finland to go and petition somebody that is doing his own thing? But in their own doorstep in UK here will have a court of appeal. None of them know what was going on. How pathetic these individuals are. How pathetic these animals are. Yeah? So now, this is why I'm making this up. Every Sunday must know that Ejiofor Ifeanyi, that maggot, is the problem, is a maggot. Ejiofor is a maggot. He is the one eating IPOB inside. And it's good that we've identified him. What they have just done, they have just exposed themselves. People argued about the money that we are paying. But they have given them 6 figures on dollars, including the so-called Sam, the hopeless man that collected from the back, collecting an award from a man that is, is actually his client who is supposed to be defending. He's collecting award from the dead Buhari. The Cabal collected award from the Cabal in the name of Buhari. And he come up and said, I'm not the kind of a lawyer that disgraces his opponent. These are a bunch of retards. Criminals in wig. Yeah? They want Onyendu to die. Then you guys will eat blood money. Not why people like us are alive. Now, I'm going to move on. That's the essence of... And the good thing I want to say here tonight is that as we have mentioned the criminal within, we must not forget to acknowledge the man that's doing his selfless work within IPOB, because we must acknowledge those that have been working. If Barrister Aloy Ejimako is an international lawyer and a special counsel to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB at large, and I have said it over time, it is not something that we need to compare. But what we need to do is that we can backtrack a little bit and look at how are these two men to be compared. I'm going to play Simon Ekpa's voice concerning this Ejiofor and Ejimako, what he said to him, because if Ejiofor has been doing The issue of Simon broadcasting Radio Biafra was a job that cost it. What is he doing? He's creating problem within IPOB. Simon was not a member of IPOB, like took him oath, but he was close to Onyendu. He was doing what he was doing. Onyendu have commended him, which all of us know, which they gave him the name. We know he's a Biafran, and he took about it as his leader. He cannot stop that. But the fact remains that Ejiofor went to Simon and said, Simon, Onyendu said, take over the Biafra. Went to Chikeredozem, Onyendu said, give him slots. So, which one are you going to take? Now, everybody now is we banked them together. Now he stepped aside and watching everybody. Just like when he never went to visit Onyendu, he wrote a guardian principal and sent to Rita Ezeisi to go and open Umeh the account. Nobody have asked how much was realized in Umeh the account. With Chikeredozem, Paul Chikeredozem, that vegetable, asked this lady from South Africa, Sophia Kanu, to move £10,000 from our account here in UK. The money will contribute. All the money contributed, all these people. Okachi was our former national coordinator. The money contributed here. I know how much I contributed in that particular money when we contributed medical corps. That money was not accounted for. When our national coordinator asked Okachi, that was what brought problem with Okachi and our national coordinator. I judge you, I know how much because I said, the time of talking is past now. If you say you are a member of IPOB, I challenge you, all these riffraffs. Especially see Dio that lives in Italy, in Biafran television. I'm going to talk about it tonight. That bastard have never for one day pay £1 in IPOB. All these people that cross through Libya to come to Italy after they have drink women urine on their way to Italy. They think everybody go through suffering before they get to where they're going. Think I have time for you guys? Yeah. So now our money, that £10,000. The woman didn't know when he come out of her mouth that Chikeredozem say I should pay £10,000. On the account he has asked Biafran stop paying money, and he knew that account was falsified from the beginning. Some people have forgotten all these issues, but we'll never forget because we will remind them at any given time. Now, I want to listen to Simon Ekpa's voice concerning because it's very good before I will move forward. Listen to Simon Ekpa's voice concerning Ejiofor. Because people must understand where our problem lies. Ejiofor, that maggot. Ejiofor is a maggot, so that's I'm concerned. He's a maggot. That maggot from inception, that guy came into IPOB with the thatched house he had in his compound in Orifite. Then he state managed and bought all of them. The zoo give him money. He went to build house. And they plan with Ifan Uba, the mention Onyendu. Then Ejiofor never meet Onyendu. You never see our wonder for 8 good weeks. And it was lying left, right, and center, giving false information that never get from our leader. But you know what? Won't betide anybody that is playing game with Mazi Umeh, because you see what you guys are seeing in Biafra land. This is just the beginning. You people can run from pillar to pole. People will emerge. 2017, let me remind you guys, a vengeance will emerge 2017, 16, 17. Nobody know where they came from. Men are going to emerge. Mark my words somewhere. What you are seeing in Biafra land is just a child's play. Anybody somewhere complaining what's happening, you guys are, all of you are mad. All of you are bastards. Tell me how Mazi Umeh will be released. I dare any of you monkeys to tell me how Mazi Umeh will be released. So you want to tell me that we fold our hand and watch these motherfuckers, yeah? To hold our leader for integrity, then you're sitting down there telling me about our mothers are going to market. Thunder fire every single one of you. Every one of you, for every single one of you die miserably for daring to question what people are doing on their own. I want every single one of you to tell me, how do you get Mazi Umeh out? Are you mad? Yeah? Now, I want to listen to Simon Ekpa's voice. Based on Ejiofor, my primary concern tonight is Ejiofor. Ejiofor, that maggot. Ejiofor is the biggest setback IPOB have recorded in inception. Quote me anywhere and I will give you an example. That maggot is the biggest issue we have faced. He came to IPOB, pretended. Nnamdi and co, they used him. But anybody that died at IPOB will die miserably. Miserably, because blood is attached to this, by the way. Listen to Simon Ekpa's voice concerning Ejiofor, because our people say, where any place a child is crying and pointing finger, check it where there's something there. Your name cannot be mentioned everywhere for nothing. What it costs disdain within IPOB. He destroyed the family that Onyendu built. The blood of our people. Now you guys are crying in Biafra land. You guys are going to see bloodbath in Biafra land. Bloodbath is what you guys are going to see. Mark my words somewhere. It's not going to stop. Mazi Umeh cannot be held. You tell me about people who are suffering. So Mazi Umeh enjoying this and thunder fire every single one of you. There's no discussion until Mazi Umeh is out. Anybody that know what you must do, do it. I stand. This is my personal view. Like I said, men are going to emerge. Go and mark this war today. I'll tell you this. We are not here for joke. I witnessed Sierra Leone and Liberian war. Go and check. Sierra Leone was less than 2 million people when they fought. Senseless war. You think we are here to mess around? If you guys, people are saying, oh, you kill yourself, we are going to kill ourselves. Every revolution in this world that must fight, people must kill themselves. People must die. I see death. Freetown, I saw death. It's not a new thing. People are going to die. See, all the time, Boko Haram, the jihadists, they got what they want by killing. Have they stopped killing? It is only us that push back in the whole entire zoo. No other tribe raise their arms to stand to Mazi Umeh. Can you telling me today that we can fold our hand and watch them to do whatever they want to do? Are you guys insane? Anybody can go ahead and do it. Not on the IPOB. We stand on no violence, but don't ever you question anybody on their own doing whatever they want to do, because you got no clue to get you out. Do you think we're gonna fold our hand here? We are crying our people, our people. Thunder fire you there. Buy ticket and go home and go and join them if you know your man enough. Thunder fire all of you guys. Don't get me mad, man. Yeah? You think it's a joke? Mazi Umeh have spent over 25, it's going to 25 months in a fucking DSN dungeon. You guys think we're here to joke? Huh? Now, I have my reason why I want Simon Ekpa to confirm about Ejiofor. I want every Biafran. Ejiofor should be hunted down. Ejiofor is the man they bought from Nigeria from day one. Ejiofor has been the problem in IPOB. Ejiofor started with Radio Biafra from Simon Ekpa from creating the account. Ejiofor participated in all this crime against IPOB. We cannot let him walk. You are a bastard for using that word. You don't qualify to call yourself Umuchineke. Now, listen to Simon Ekpa's voice about Ejiofor. I have my reason why I have to play his voice.
International.
The people that have distinguished themselves, and we have seen things happening. Ejiofor made me to believe that Aloy Ejimako is a very bad person who don't know his left from the right. Today, Aloy Ejimako walk, speak for him. Aloy Ejimako is not running on. So I'm not here to brush him or anything. No, I have my own standard how I assess people. Aloy Ejimako walk is speaking. We have seen Unuma here. We have seen many, at least 2 times now. Ejimako could not even use the work of Aloy Ejimako as an evidence. Nobody know what Ejiofor is doing until Ezekome enter this case. So if I am, if you know, like them, I would have started.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. My voice was muted a bit. So I'm sorry. Now, what I want to say here is that this is a Jofor so-called suing Simon in the zoo. Shenanigan. We kept all these documents for him, but he didn't know. We kept them, you know. But what I'm going to do now, I want to show a voice here to confirm, because everything we do, we bring evidence. We don't come here to talk. You know, they said in the United Kingdom, we are spending money, we are wasting money. Now they have seen it. A Jofor have confirmed it. Listen to the clown. A drug addict, they don't know his left from his right. You don't even understand what the court stands for. Listen to what he said. It's not me.
Simon Eber. I remember when I was Chenix, this court, these people are going to the United Kingdom is for what? Mazi Umeh is not in UK. These people have spent thousands of pounds. Huge.
Hello, guys. I'm here with Alhaji himself.
I think you had this, because this is one of their spokesman, though. Don't get me wrong, whatever you want to do, the guy I have a video where the guy was knocking his chest. He was one that gingered all these clowns that came out to challenge whoever that talk. When they start their blackmailer, he's the king of blackmailer. So he's the one, he accepted openly that he will have blackmailed people. He mentioned them of people he have blackmailed. It is not something hidden anymore. So the reason why I play his voice to you to understand. But today, a Jofor granted interview in his bedroom, in his toilet, without even knowing what he was giving interview for. The claim of he doesn't even know what the court suing stand for. A man who does not understand what rendition is. So why grant interview? The most appalling thing about the Jofor that I will never forgive that guy for. You know why? 2017, when Onyendu house was invaded in 14th of September 2017 in Operation Python Dams, 28 men fall, including Jack. Now, this guy could not establish that actually there was invasion in Onyendu's home house. Till tomorrow, till when he mentioned it in court, Bintaye go through it away, said, but he never filed official, document to prove that there was an invasion in Onyendu's house. He was going around gallivanting, granting interview, getting popular, collecting money, bribery. That anybody, once you mention Mazi Umeh, it's a big business in Abuja. Everybody wants to get in contact with Mazi Umeh. Anybody that wants to help you, they will approach you. I know how many people have called me in the past. And I told them, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. Like I said, I am not talking about going to school tomorrow or today. No. I made up my mind on what I want to do. And that's what I'm in. I'm not going anywhere. IPOB, I've sworn to die in this. My debts, I have said that any day I die, bury me here. If there's no money, council will bury me. Make sure you put Biafra flag. I'm fine. It's not that we did it in New Jersey. If I buy my grave here, fine. If Biafra is restored, I'm back home. But if not, we will fight. Some of us cannot be on the ground. No freedom fighting. You can't have everybody on the ground because they know they're going to subdue those on the ground. So that is unfortunate. That's why God scattered all over the world. So it is not an unfortunate thing. That's the reason for it. And he must stand up and be counted now, not tomorrow. That's what I have to tell you. Now, I want to just look at Ejimako for a second. The opposite of a Jofor. For a second, we cannot fault to acknowledge this man because we are paying him and his professionalism has speak for himself. Every single reference he saw in UK court was established by Ejimako. Ejimako's word. Ejimako tweets on, he can't stop tweeting. Show me one constructive tweet Ejiofor have done concerning Onyendu being held in DSS dungeon. It's every time copy and paste Chineke. Complete. The guy is so much, is a retard. Psychophancy that gets on my last nerve. Playing double standard. Agent of provocateur, the real ones. Now, I will stay through of Ejimako for a second. And I think I need to put up some of his recent tweets that he just done. It's very important. Like, we go through it. All this court case is been following. Every single thing that happened. This is court case. Every single thing that happened. Every single thing that happened. Ejimako have to be counted in his work. Listen, professionalism, even though he's a Biafran, but He's not doing it as he's doing it as he's been employed to do work. He's doing his job unabatedly, without no missing words. Without no missing words. This is some of the tweets that I've done. Concerning this UK, he followed it head on. Are we going to go back on some of his videos? Probably I'm not going to.
International.
The Kanu don't win. And we say trial court say you cannot try person where you know extradite, where you know go through legal process to bring back to Nigeria. Where you go by night, still I'm like thief, come back, then you go say you go try him. Say that kind of thing no day possible under Nigerian law and under international law. And so I dey talk since last year July. So today I dey happy say Court of Appeal don't validate them.
So what will be the next step for now?
The next,
is this the judgment now? It means say Nnamdi Kanu go come up for
for detention now. So the judgment now, the process we say we'll go get the certified copy of the judgment, we'll go serve the DSS, and then from there I ain't go home. Because the discharge and acquittal means say he no get case to answer again. So there won't be any trial. Remember last July, I granted an interview to BBC where I said that there is going to be trial within trial and that Nnamdi Kanu will not undergo any trial. I made that prediction far back as July 2021, and today I am vindicated.
What if government now won't go higher court?
Well, if they want now, maybe now they are right. If they want to go higher court, maybe Supreme Court. But you know, we say the moment we go higher court, the thing where the lower court don't nullify. You know, they like that.
Is there one thing we got to add?
Okay, you do well as a follow stop.
Okay, now, thank you, our special counsel, Barrister Ejimako, for your good work, and continue to do what you're doing. They said when you do good, we praise you. When you do bad, we shred you. Continue doing your work. And like I said, I think he granted the interview on Pigeon to explain to layman perspective. Maybe that is where Ejiofor grasper what extraordinary rendition actually meant, because they didn't know what it was. And it has to take time. Since June last 2021, he has been banging on extraordinary rendition and refer them back on what happened here in 1985 against Umar Ruko attempt of extraordinary rendition here in UK that was stopped and was brought Cold War between the United Kingdom and Zoo. Imagine Umar Ruko, who is not even a British citizen, but it's told there was a lot of money stolen brought in this country, but because he's one of their servants, because he's a Fulani man, so they will protect him. Now, let me move forward. There is one thing I want to comment here. You know, when we talk about Kanu family, George Umeh, my generation, and my kids, we remember that there was a family that liberated a particular people, and homage shall be paid to them at all times. Oh, it was a day Onyendu was doing broadcast. He said that he has sat down and feel sorry for our internal leader, what you went through in 67 to 70. The betrayal he suffered. But what separate Onyendu and our just even Asher Kuba have confirmed that no man did alive have done what Mazinaka have done. Because Onyendu was prepared. Onyendu have a clear vision. Our entire leader was, because of the program against our people, the whole Eastern region come together and see him as his feet, with his position being educated in the United Kingdom here, and because of his father was a billionaire, to take that mantle to, you know, and he has the vibrant mind to forfeit everything in hand to, you know, to actually carry that tax. But there was so many betrayal. And as you can see, Mazi Umeh kind of have 3 brothers with, I think, 2 sisters, including every single one of Nnamdi kind of family are with him in this cause. I will not play IKECHUKWU brothers. They call him Lotana. I have not heard about this guy before, but I got his video. That's the reason why I want to make a reference to that. So those people today call him, even have the nerve question Mazi Umeh. This is IKECHUKWU younger brother. After what they have went through, and this is what he's saying publicly to the zoo. This is why I say oath is very dangerous. There are so many veterans, they never came back home because they're sworn as they left, they will never come back. Our people die on exile. And the same thing is repeating itself again. Like someone like me, I made up my mind. God didn't help me bear me witness. I've got no business with the zoo. I have got nothing in there. I don't want nothing from them. All I want is if Biafra does not come, count me out. I'm saying it live on air. I'm not mimicking. There's nothing there that interests me. I'm done. Listen to this man, and he will appreciate Mazi Umeh and his entire Kanu family for a second.
The people carrying out these atrocities say that they want Peter Obi to be released.
Nnamdi Kanu.
I'm sorry. I have Peter Obi on my mind.
You can see that the man is demented. This man is suffering from dementia. This is what happened. Peter Obi, they were jumping up like a mad dog. Peter Obi was a pure distraction. Peter Obi collected money. I don't know when I talk about it. You know, I listened to some of IPOB member. You talking about Peter Obi. Onyendu have made Onyendu told you who this man was, and I happen to have people that was close to Peter Obi. Not me, because I don't have any business with all these people. Peter Obi is a stone cold. You have Kashankari in Abuja. Think you work on interest, telling you when he was this, when he talking like somebody's choking him in his neck. A very dangerous cold man. They brought him in, just like any single one of them, to make sure they destabilize IPOB, to confuse our people. Stop talking about Mazi Umeh. Let him confuse him, so he will say, oh, they've abandoned him in prison, so he will give up. That is what they did, nothing else. Where is Peter Obi today? Where is him? He continued to use it as experiment. But the man is calling Peter Obi because the man himself is demented. He's on I don't know. But listen, I'll give him some like a minute. Then I will cut off his useless voice.
Mind. They want Nnamdi Kanu to be released. President Tinubu has said he's a law-abiding president, and the courts have said that Nnamdi Kanu should be released. I would like President Tinubu to talk with Nnamdi Kanu. Also use diplomatic channels to talk to Britain and to talk to Finland. Why I mention these two countries is because Nnamdi Kanu comes from, has a dual nationality, and one of them is Britain. He lives there for a long time. Ekpa, who is actually more intransigent than Nnamdi Kanu, lives under the shelter of the Finnish government. And I say shelter with deep concern. I would like the federal government, we do not have a minister for foreign affairs, but the federal government through the PERMSEC or whoever is in charge should put diplomatic effort to reach arrangement with these two countries and see what can be done so that the outrageous comments and encouragement.
Okay, now I had enough of this man. Something I want to say here. He's making a suggestion to the federal government to reach out to United Kingdom, even when Onyendu is released, to damper Onyendu. He's forgotten that is what they call fundamental human rights. And he's forgotten that what we're asking for is actually in the zoo constitution. Self-determination is enacted there. It's there, they have it in their own constitution. But because the man is being, I don't know what this, you see, when you look at people like this, you know where our problem comes from. This is what that is why Ojukwu, they broke Ojukwu down. That's what they're trying to do to our leader. They broke Ojukwu. They renewed him to come back and join politics, ridicule him, make mockery of him. At the end of the day, he died, they buried him with a Nigerian flag. Is that what they want to do to our leader? It's not going to happen. I want to tell everybody tonight, before I go into issue on the ground in Biafra land, because we're not going to run away from this. You see this thing that's happening now. Take it anywhere, I judge you. I will reiterate again. I witnessed Sierra Leone war. I went that country in 1998. I flew from South America to Brazil. Something happened. Now, to Sierra Leone. Now, 1998. Freetown, January 6th, I was in Freetown. It's not they tell me. I know what happened. Now, what is happening in our land today is a child's play and what is going to happen more. The Fulani achieved their agenda with gun and bullets. When Jonathan assumed office, the bombing, suicide bomber started in the zoo, unabated. Nobody talks about it. They were killing every right and center. Middle belt, everywhere. They're massacring people. Nobody said anything. So, on your own demented mind, are you thinking that you're going to break us down by holding on to eternity? And we'll sit down here thinking about people. People are going to die. Death is everyone have signed their own death warrant. And you know this happening in Biafra land now is going to metamorphose to abroad. Like I said, the only remedy for Mazi Umeh is to release Mazi Umeh. Only committed no crime. Give us a date for referendum. But if they said no, I cannot guarantee what's going to happen because nobody have control of what's happening right now. There's something I want to show here before I move forward. I'm going to show the Italian, the show and force they went to Finland to go and do. Now we have known why they went there because we knew they never went there to go and protest for Onyendu. They have their own agenda. If I knew, send them because what they are doing is that now they are working for the Nigerian. They're openly now defending the Nigerian government. Onyendu said we shall not. He said go and ask those who have killed their fellow Biafrans. He mentioned names. I want to play something. I'm going to be fast forwarding them for a reason because I need to tell this before I shut this program down.
The people carrying out these
And I will repeat what I said. If we engage in killing, Biafra will not come. That is one cardinal thing you don't do in Biafra. Go and ask anybody. Anytime you shed an Igbo blood, you kill a fellow Biafran, anything you're looking for will not come. Go and ask all of them. Starting from the death of Mbono Ojike. People don't know how Mbono Ojike died. The man responsible for the death of Mbono Ojike, where is he? Everything he asked for, he got nothing from.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
See, motor where and carry come. Power. Carry go. Confirm. 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 That is how it to be happening. Yes. That go.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
Tatabo 11th of July 2023. This is the Eastern Security Network.
people carrying out these atrocities.
Nambanese yesterday. As you can see, we are from the bush. Thank God that we have rescued all of them. Yes. As you can see, the men are happy, the villagers are happy. Everybody is happy. We have rescued those kidnapped. We have rescued everybody.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
Let me see if I can get Mazi on the line. Let me see if I can get Mazi on the line. Today, a program is a program that people must hook up to. Hello, Mazi. Good evening.
Yeah, Mazi Patrick in there. Well, good evening.
Good evening. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, good evening. I don't normally do this, but I was just watching your program this evening.
Yes.
And I just see some very interesting topics and comments people are making. But anyway, for those who are in doubt, who is speaking, this is Mazi Umeh.
Mazi, welcome to the program.
What really provoked me to come on air is a couple of few people, like one of our brother that was just speaking right now before you brought me in. Mazi, sometimes people can come. I wish this kind of people can call or give their number any day I am making program or asking that this kind of people can come and on air to ask this kind of questions. Because these are, you see some of them that are calling. I have seen the people that have called. Like the one that called from Olo, he said it's IKECHUKWU. These are the people they claim that they are IPOB, they are criminals. Criminals that have destroyed our land because deep inside them, they are benefiting from criminality, espionage. This person that just called last time now are talking about the leadership.
Sorry, there's a video I needed to upload. Fortunately, I thought that I uploaded that video, but it was double. I made a mistake. Now, I've allowed this video to play for a reason. In beginning of, you saw what Nnamdi said there. And the reason why I'm allowing this to play, I'm going to touch on it before I finally say what I want to say. Now, for avoidance of doubt, everybody see, including Eastern Security, the so-called Eastern Security Network, and the people they kill and put them in a truck, and people who are rejoicing, making references about them. My advice to people in Biafra land concerning such acts, Onyindu have warned that nobody should kill our own. And the mayhem going on in Biafra land was orchestrated by Chike Doziem and China Sanwo. They started killing our people first. The first killing in Biafra land, the sabotage, even when Ikonso died. If we trace off what Ikonso betrayer, China Sanwo, their hand might be there. Hypothetically, if we want to go into that detail now, the truth, because China Sanwo have even come out and bullied Ikonso's younger brother to show you that they know what they were doing. Because Ikonso refused to take order from China Sanwo or whatnot. Because he claiming to be a commander where he's not. He's not. So why I'm saying this tonight to Biafrans to understand is this. You cannot afford to be making mockery of your own people. The same zoo agent is killing our people, you're laughing. And people are talking about, how are you gonna defuse it? Now you're employing them to come and kill our people, and how do you want to damper the situation on the ground? It's not gonna happen. You guys have created that unrest in Biafra land, and the only thing that can solve that problem is that Onyindu is being released unconditionally. Then now people now will be thinking about now, okay, how are we going to go around this? How is this problem going to solve? That our leader is with us. But without that happening, any other thing you're doing, you're chasing shadows, because Mazi Umeh is the only man that have the power to quench anything that's going on in Biafra land today. Nobody else. Not even Simon Ekpa cannot stop it himself. Simon Ekpa has, if unfortunately, he himself has been part. He find himself now, doing what he's doing on their own side, on the name of Biafra on exile. It has nothing to do with IPOB. But how can you people now turn the gun against our people? Because what you guys are doing now actually show that you are the one calling the Jews to come and kill our people. When the unknown gunmen emerge, killing those that are killing us, we always say, may God bless them, because they are fighting a just cause. But now you guys are dancing in the street of Biafra land. The same Zoo people that were killing you, now the people now you're allowing them to kill your own brother. And they think you're going to win? We'll see how that works out. Because you guys don't even know what you're getting yourself into. Now, and this guy, so-called Chinas Award, the faceless monk, look at what he wrote here. For those who don't know him, looking at this now, you could see. Yeah, this is the real voice of provocateurs. And Chinas Award, his younger brother, his sister is in Germany, in Italy. Chidimma Nworu. That's the one they have given the treasurer. The cabal they formed there, which they stole IPOB fund. And when that time is right, we'll talk about it. And that's his younger brother. Now, this is one of his write-up this week. He said, from now on, we have activated the act of fighting dirty in all round of this struggle. They must feel the heat and once again cry loud. Now, when you're making such comments, people are looking for those that are committing crime in Biafra land. Who is committing crime more than Chinas Anworu? Nobody know who this guy is. The majority of the real ESN members that they killed, Chinas Anworu called their name already Biafra. The zoo agent murdered them. Because they would, just like me, if I am in Biafra land, they could have killed me. If I George Umeh is in Biafra land, I'll be a dead man. If I'm in Biafra land, I'm dead and gone long time ago. They will tag you a terrorist. They will tag you a criminal. Me and them, who is criminal? Can Chinas Anworu show his face and show us how much contributed in IPOB since he joined IPOB? He cannot do it. Can Chikerezen public? Chikerezen is getting paid 2,000 euro from IPOB. Chika Paul Edoziem is getting paid 2,000 euro with the money contributed. They don't work. These are jobless idiots. Right? So now, the fact is, this guy they call Patrick Nkeman, I want to mention his name for a reason, because Italian National Coordinator told me that this clown, this asylum seeker have now for one day contributed. He is one calling people criminal. Imagine a donor calling people criminals. You have not contributed a dime. Biafra TV, we contributed money. You guys are making more of Biafra TV. What have you guys done with it? The platform we put our money, Radio Biafra, Biafra Television, to stay there. This clown here, I remember one day he called me, talking about how he's going to sue BBC. Right? But you're sitting down there, cover your face, calling people criminals. While you are reviewing woke. Because you want to interview Chinas Anworu. Who is Chinas Anworu? Who the heck is he? This picture here, I cannot confirm is him, but this is what they say is him. But I would love him to come on air the way I am and show his ugly face. If he got two balls, if he got two testicles, let him do that. And they say IPOB is not a family business. And it was on program he called because he want to encounter people. Now they're on the media everywhere. The guy doesn't. The voice, the background, the guy is in Ghana. It's not even Kuwait. You can see the background noise, machines and everything in his environment. Because as I'm talking here, you won't hear a pin drop. No pin drops where I'm talking from. Pin will not drop. You won't hear any noise, no vacuum whatsoever. It is crystal clear. But when he's talking, you see the noise alone. These are scavengers. But what I'm making abundantly clear is this. The killing in Biafra land will not stop. You know why? Because they instituted it. And as they have now appointing people and killing people, this is just the beginning. Go and mark my word down. Chinas Anworu might be thinking that he's a strong man. You know, there's people that know things they don't talk about. He will run when the time is right. Because what you guys are, you see guerrilla war if Yoruba is soliciting for. When that guerrilla war starts, none of you will sleep in your own. It could end up like your sisters and brothers and the ones still in the zoo sleep in Army Barrack. Nobody will sleep until Mazi Umeh is released. That is their promise for every single one of us. Everybody will hear, everybody will feel the pain, not only Mazi Umeh. So, you know what? I'm going to skip this because there is a video I wanted to play, but I was having issues, but I need to get that video because I need to close the program because it's not really making any sense to me. Let me see. I think there's something I want to see here. You
cannot get Biafra if you neglect the political class in Biafra land. You must always have a strategy to negotiate with them.
Mazi, these are the things. Mazi, these are the things I'm saying, that these criminals, what they try to do, another thing they try to do, which they understand that IPOB is having an sorry again, I muted myself again. So I just cut off the animal that I was talking, you know what I mean? Because what they're saying does not make any sense to me. So what I'm saying in essence is this: they talk about political class, they want negotiation, and I repeat, what negotiation are you talking about? Onyendu have negotiated enough. Kanu is here when they went to Enugu in 2017. After that, what did they do? They brought Operation Pardon Dance, and 28 men died. And you guys connive and go and reduce Onyendu. All we are asking for, release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, give us a date for referendum. But anybody anywhere collecting money in the name of negotiation, the blood money will kill all of you. And as you are pointing finger to kill people, innocent people, other people will emerge. Let me I repeat again. As you guys now have become the zoo agent, now pointing finger to kill our people. Now, every now and then you gather some idiots, call them ESN. You went into bush. You guys have, you didn't show us when you guys were battling with the Fulani herdsmen. Normally, you guys, when you're shooting the cow, you normally show us sometimes the state manage. Why don't you show us the Fulani people? You guys, cut those people that they say they kidnap. All these are nonsense. These are not ESN, So now I want to upload. There's a video I want to upload because that's something I want to say. Very, very important. Before I end this program, this video I must play it before I end this program, because very, very, very important that I touch on this particular issue before I go. You know what I mean? But the main thing that I'm here tonight establishes that IKECHUKWU is the real criminal. He's the man that the Nigerian government, through Ohaneze Igbo, to come to IPOB and cause disdain, destabilize IPOB within. That is job he has done. But now we know. So every single one of you must know that our primary enemy and suspect is Ifeanyi Ejiofor. Nobody else. Nobody else. The sacked compromised lawyer, including what is they call it, the Sam. Both of them are into Addis. So I want to say something here. Let's hear this. Very, very important.
Yes, I can't. Yes, I know now. Helsinki Airport now. Helsinki Airport. Yes, this is, you can see men. Men is here. I know now. Helsinki Airport. Yes, you can see them. So, Makechi, Enim, Simon Eva. I know Beggy. Yeah, Beggy Kaino. So, Kaimo Notish, you will quadro. You're trying to Camera is well quadro. You need line a Buddha in the bio, question. Because I'm now, how many years but they're moving here, but so give an opportunity in the bay. Here, our airport again. We can see it. Our airport again in here. See, here, our airport again. So, keep on killing our people. But we are coming for you. We are coming. It's a matter of time. We know that you are not coming back again.
Biafrans, the reason why I want to play this particular audio again, this particular guy you're seeing here is they parade him as the Italian national coordinator, but it's not. The Italian national coordinator is Mazi Umeh. That's the Italian national coordinator. Now, they are openly threatening
You know, when they talk about it, they said IPOB is not a terrorist organization. The guy is threatening somebody that lives in Europe like he lives that have his fundamental right. It's not your duty. But did you see how they went to walk of shame? After all this rant, they've forgotten that social media is powerful. They were sharing, they didn't know what they're sharing. Now, this is where they were threatening. They didn't go to Finland to go and protest for Onyendu. We said it from day one. Every single one of you, knowingly or unknowingly, that we are in Finland are those that want Mazi Umeh to die in prison. I repeat again. Anybody that bought flight that went to Finland, your generation is cost. Any of you that bought flight ticket, they give you, you travel, you pay with your own personal sweat. That money, your generation, they will pay quadruple on what other people will pay, because it was not for Mazi Umeh interest. Onyendu warn you guys to, DOS should not respond to Simon Ekpa, no matter what. It's a standing order. And they want people to respect you. How are they going to respect you? But this animal here, this is China Sanworu's sister, boyfriend. This wretched individual, you know, because I don't want to demean people, but let me not go there. So now, my reason for this, now we will establish why they went to Finland. The caterpillar thief the other day was saying that he was on transit, he was going, it was this. The guy spent months collecting email. He collected the whole email of ministers in Finland that he's going to do this, do that. Have you asked that caterpillar thief? What has that email brought to him? Only people you guys do. Simon Ekpa and Infinite Mercy is not doesn't hold any duty responsibility to IPOB. Only never put him in any position. You know that Biafra they said to instead Ejiofor confused, brought confusion inside, he take over. From there, the whole issue kicked off. Ejiofor sat at the back watching what is going on. When you go to Mr. A, you tell him Onyendu said. You go back, you tell this one, Onyendu said. So everywhere is chaos. That's what they want. Create fraction within IPOB, destroy IPOB within IPOB. The one they call themselves dogs. The dogs now under the Biafran community, those people that went to Finland, not from us in Nnamdi. It's a pure threat they went. And confirmation after Ifeanyi Ubah said that anybody that lives in Finland, now they made funds available, including the fund they stole from IPOB in Italy. That's why I see 80% of people that were there from Italy, including that wretched guy they call Patrick Nkem. Because to me, if you have not contributed £1, I am talking to you tonight, Patrick Nkem. If you have contributed money in IPOB, your boss, Michael Iruanya, that useless Michael Iruanya that was using his personal account to run IPOB in Italy. Michael Iruanya, shameless old man, he came to UK here. I think he lives in Scotland now. These are criminals. This is how they started stealing IPOB money. Michael Iruanya asks you again, 8,000 euros you say he left in that Italian coffin. Tell Biafrans what the money was. You are a national coordinator. Are you allowed to handle funds in IPOB code of conduct? These are wretched individuals. And you build Cabal Referral and Center. Some of them want to be in BT, Biafran television. I don't know what. Are you getting paid? This is a platform that's standing in the gap of Radio Biafra. You guys will contributed money. What do you do with the money? You can't even do common live broadcast. You don't even have a set to do proper broadcast. You can't do. Dumbass like all of you. Nothing you can do. Radio Biafra, even when they collect for how many years will you guys learn? For how many years you guys are broadcasting without no evidence of money we contributed? I ask you again tonight, Michael Iruanya, 8,000 euros were advancing Ogo. This is how you guys started this criminality. But Italy, we will come. I want to move this video forward because now we know why they went to Finland. They went to Finland to submit petition against Simon Ekpa. We'll see. Not Mazi Umeh. But this matter could have solved with 200 euro when this whole thing started. But they were busy using this platform to raise funds. Austin Albani with Finland National Coordinator. That we are loaning our fund to somebody to send his goods back home. You guys have forgotten all this. You guys have forgotten all this. Well, so bad, bro. But we remind you. Okay.
Osinani Mosete Finland, yeah. We are coming. I'm going to keep on updating you people. I will keep on updating you people much and they will.
The same thing I talk about in the same places, in the name of ESN and your DOS leaders were on Radio Biafra yesterday, calling out the names of people committing atrocities. The same thing I talk about in the same places, in the name of ESN and IPOB. They went further than me. They called names, they called phone numbers, they called location. They said these people should be arrested and lynched. So what is...
Now, very, very important, as some of you that are following up on this platform, the day I talked about Anointed issue, when all this so, after he went to the Assault Villa and make some cynical comment, I told you guys this was state managed. China Sanworu and Chike Doziem and all this, what does he call his name? Nzurumike. You remember one of his audio you narrated how they went to see Anointed. They're working together. Today, his tone has changed. Now, what he's trying to let you know, because I said something that they said, why didn't he attach Onyenu to the mayhem going on in Biafra land? He never said anything. Now, he's pointing on the MSAS that has got nothing to do with IPOB. That he just want to spike something because they're trying to find ground how they're going to do it. Now, the man have come out openly now and hold allegiance to the so-called DOS. And I'm going to go further to show you where analyze about DOS and what has happened. And the jamboree in Finland, I want him to come out. But one thing you must take home, the mayhem in Biafra land, he overheard Chino Sanwo shouting, oh, I said about this, I said. Chino Sanwo is an Arab man. Chino Sanwo is an Arab man. The guy is a Muslim. These are jihadists. They have plots among us. Now, let's listen to him. Let him, and just narrate now. They come to them, they mention name, they mention location. Onyendu said, if you kill your own, Biafra will not come. This China Sanwo started coming to Radio Biafra to mention people's name. That is why Neche, that small young little girl, ran away. China Sanwo man hunt. Neche survived it. Neche could have been a victim, just like Akbara Mende. These are the direct one we can tell you. Forget about all these people you see they killed in the past. They told they did nothing. I can say it to my own experience with them. I am a principal servant here in UK. Yeah, because I told them what you guys will do is not gonna happen. I dealt with people that be talking about you guys. Go and ask, they will tell you. People like you man mess with them, or mute them, keep following them. Who deal with this individual? Talk of you guys with rafts. You guys, I know you guys are hungry, you guys are more wretched. Those people, they have at least, I think they have directions. You guys don't. Now, listen to this bloated pig in the creek. Then you will not bear with me that whatever I have told you in the past is facts and figures. We don't lie. The man is working with them. And they are the people that kill our people. Those that speak in their mind, they go after them. Because they think probably they won't get attention anymore. You see now they push attention to define your body, the jobless, bloated animal. Because Surudo have understood. And he told them openly, if you want everlasting peace in Southeast, please Mazi Umeh can put it in the villa of Anambra State House. Whenever you need him, the man is the only honest person. And I stand on the word of, there's no other person, including Mohamed Zendi, we don't have that power. So who is the sitting governor? His option is final. If he's written to, he copied so-called Tinubu with the dead Buhari before he assumed the office. This message got to them. So all these things you guys are doing, wasting your time. You see the mayhem in Biafra, they will continue. It won't stop. It will not stop. You guys started it. And the more you want to kill people, think you're gonna get away with it, the more you're spiking people, because people are gonna rebel. Only say as long as you kill your own. Onyendu did not kill Wazirike upon what was given to Onyendu. But China Sanwo is bragging about calling people in the Biafra. Send USS, they kill our people in the Biafra. You tell me. I said the Quebec have confirmed it now. Listen to the Finland because it's part of them. He was there. They planned it. Listen to him, not me.
The difference between what I'm saying and what they are saying.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
Send a delegation with a Kenga, including the wife of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Now, I'm going to take this personal. I'm going to allow this man to speak. But let me say something here. On the last broadcast I preside on this platform, I made a personal assertion concerning the involvement or roping our leader's wife into this shenanigan. Now, it's metamorphosing. And I'm going to give a sound warning on this program. Because, you know, people like us, we don't hold resentment. With all due respect, every family do have problems. I repeat, every family do have problems. But the way you handle that problem makes you a human being. I've got a bigger family than Mazi Umeh, and I'm the first son. I will tell you, I've had big problem in my family. I never called any outsider to solve that problem for me. I know how I deal with my issues. And the sound warning I will give tonight is this. Our leader's wife must retrace her steps. I repeat, our leader's wife, as much as I respect and cherish Onyendu, and including the subordinate, you must retrace her steps. I live in the United Kingdom here. A lot has happened. We kept quiet. But don't stretch it, because people like us will speak. Now, your name has been mentioned. That you are part of people that are going to submit a petition against who? Did Simon Ekpa, did your husband give Simon Ekpa any duty of care? Did Onyendu give Simon Ekpa any duty of care in IPOB? Don't you know those that are responsible for IPOB? Don't you know who they are? The reason why I'm saying this tonight, this is the last time I'm going to talk about this, but I will allow this man to speak. But why I'm saying this tonight is this. I said, and I'll repeat again, every family do have issues. Go and solve your problem internally as a married woman. If you bring yourself outside, people like us will not spare you. I will come personally. I'm saying it loud and clear tonight. Our leader's wife, respect yourself and respect Oku Israel, Oku Kanu family, and our leader. Our leader have suffered enough. Enough of all this shenanigan. Your name now has been rubbed in with this animal because you allow yourself to be used. I will stop here.
To Finland to submit a petition, a copy of the petition that was sent to me. But unfortunately, I don't know whether I deleted or something happened. But a copy of the petition was sent to me. Calvin, you're welcome. And they accused Simeon Ekpa, DOS. DOS is the highest decision-making body in IPOB. Yes.
There's something I want to observe. I hope somebody watching this man is, but somebody on the background telling him something. But now, the same man that I was speaking to, that was talking down on Onyendu, now he's telling you about DOS is the highest decision making in IPOB. Are you getting the dot? Now, he's now the one championing DOS. Yeah, DOS is the highest body, decision-making IPOB. And DOS is a body. That's the body that governs IPOB. It's not individuals, not Chikerism, it's not some of all this gang of criminals you're walking around with. Is instituted by Mazi Umeh single-handedly. Let me lecture this animal. Somebody to cut this click and send to Asfed Okobo. I know he's under influence of alcohol and someone is there telling him what to do. I don't know which kind of drug he's taking. But let me educate him a little bit. DOS means the Directorate of State of Indigenous People of Biafra. The administrative of this particular movement and governed by one particular man, Mazi Nnamdi. His decision, nobody question it. And remind this idiot that IPOB is governed with code of conduct, not hearsay or wishful thinking. Now, let it be said or known that when people are making this assertion of DOS, they're contradicting themselves. Without now, just like when a preacher is talking about giving tithe, they only quote Malachi in Bible, where it's clear, but forgetting that there's people that are supposed to be giving money in the Bible. It's not everybody that collect money. It's not everybody you should pay tithe to in the Bible. They won't tell you that. For avoidance of doubt, please. Right? Now, it's clear to everybody what is happening. But I will allow this man to finish because it's very important to finish his sentence.
Sent a petition to the Finnish parliament accusing the self-styled prime minister in exile of Biafra, Biafra. You know, because this name is our own. Sharon Tobra, I'm always confusing you.
You know, one thing that baffles me, I don't know what they've given to this man. He just said that self-claimed prime minister of Biafra in exile. What did he got to do with IPOB? What does he have to do with IPOB? For crying out loud. Simon Ekpa and his group are answering Biafran government in exile. What did he got to do with us? It is not that we meant to do Mazi Nnamdi. Whatever Simon Ekpa done is for Simon Ekpa. And who are you to go and petition him to finish government? So that's exactly the same thing you guys did to our leader then. They're not telling us that they're the people that petition Onyendu. That is what it is. Mazi Nnamdi came out from Mossop, which was Rike, our internal leader, instituted. Found out that the man was not doing what he's supposed to do. He started his own. If Simon Ekpa is doing something on his own name with his group, what does he got to do with IPOB? What does he have to do with IPOB? That's my fundamental question. And this man here is confirming it. To tell you that the mayhem going on in Biafra land is part of it, which is what you have said. But now he's not blowing their trumpet. What does that tell you? Common sense, does it?
You saw me call Bayelsa instead of Biafra, accusing him of terrorism, of killings that are going on, accusing one of their own, a self-styled prime minister of committing terrorist acts in the southeast of Nigeria. You remember when I spoke to the press from the villa, I said Nnamdi Kanu is no longer in charge. That Simeon Ekpa had plotted.
Okay, I have enough of this. Now, that's not something I want to clarify here. I want to let you understand this comment that this man just made. Do you know what it means? He said that Mazi Nnamdi is no longer in charge. You know, some of you don't understand. Like I said, we see things before it happened. Like when I said before that this guy was walking with the dogs, Some of you might thinking, oh, this guy might, because we don't, there's no propaganda here. We say it the way we eat. Pinpoint one thing that we have said in this platform that is false, we can verify it. Fact check anything we say here. Fact check. I said, fact check every single word that come out of, every syllable that come out of my mouth. As they back up with it. Do you see the signal he's sending? That Mazi Nnamdi is no longer in charge. He's telling them, you can hold him as long as you want because he's no longer in charge. Because the dogs thinking in their mind that without them, Onyendu will not come out. And if anybody prompt up somewhere, we are going to fight against that person. Some of you don't know what these people are doing. There's internal war going on in Biafra land. Because anybody that stood up to do something to press these people to release Onyendu, now they will use every amount of power and money they're getting from the zoo to go after them. Because they have Radio Biafra, they hold our mouthpiece. In 2015-16, which of us was there, they couldn't have near there. And that's why we're here. We don't let them have a few there. So what I said of God have just told you that Onyendu have lost it. So hold Mazi Nnamdi, nothing will happen. Now allow us to fight anybody that's saying, oh, this Mazi Nnamdi. Sit at home. We've been doing sit at home and it's been working. I'm not in support of violence. But guess what? If people choose that path, you can't question them at this point in time. You know why? Mazi Nnamdi, if Onyendu could have died, are you going to be telling me that when people kick off, you're going to tell them about people are suffering in Biafra land? Are you guys demented? If Onyendu could have died in Kenya or in the zoo, is he what you're going to be telling us? Is that what you're going to be telling us? So let it be told tonight that any man or woman that are fighting against anybody that in Biafra land are doing something against our enemy, you are our primary enemy. When you say, that shall not kill our own. So it is crystal clear, those that want Mazi Nnamdi out. What they are using the Biafra now is to do, is to kill those that they know that disagree with them. Use their media worm, they talk about it, but today I don't think that with media worm they can get their feet any longer because all of them have box in the box. As long as we are here, they're not going anywhere. These are wretched individuals. Is there any of them that are doing what they are doing out of their own mind? The Burumri guy in South Africa, his page is monetized, so he must speak every day. He's selling his hair in South Africa and support himself with what he gets in Facebook. He said it open. We have all these things on record. Because what we say will give evidence. When you come out tomorrow with Onyendu, look at all these things here. There's evidence here. Every single word you guys, like when I want to do program, I'll go back and get them. We have them. And it will not go away. It's in archives. So continue yapping. So it is very crystal clear. But one thing I will advise everybody abroad, advise your people back home. You know what? Biafra land is in autopilot, real autopilot now. And who set the autopilot? Chike Doziem set Biafra land into autopilot. Nobody's in charge. Only person is in charge is Mazi Nnamdi. And Mazi Nnamdi is the leader of over 70 million of Biafrans. Like Mejimako said. Holding Mazi Nnamdi is holding 70 million Biafrans. Bang! So, in your demented mind, you can cry from here to Jerusalem. Cry me river. Anybody, anywhere doing what they're doing. I am not questioning anybody. You see that autopilot you guys talk about, now they activated it fully. Simon Ekpa might be doing what he's doing on his own. Tomorrow he might hear another name. So, I'm going to, you people push people to Simon Ekpa. And now, he started killing our people. So people are looking for caution. When they disagree with you, he set them up and kill them. With the zoo. He announced Radio Biafra. Get them, lynch them, and gather people, villagers. They will be clapping hand. This is what we want in Biafra land. That we are fighting against the zoo agent that kill our people. Now you guys are glorifying them in Biafra land. It's a sacrilege. I want everybody that listen to the sound of my voice tonight. This is not a joke. Mazi Nnamdi must be released. And until they find the solution to release Onyendu, is not talking. Onyendu must be released. And kudos to anybody anywhere have any vision on what they should do. Because you guys set IPOB He set Biafra land, not IPOB. Set Biafra land into autopiloting. You make yourself a self-acclaimed leader that you're not. Disobey your boss. Onyendu 72 hours before you instituted goes down. Onyendu says suspend that sit at home. He said no. Today you run around. You can't eat a cake and have it back. It's off you guys. You can't control what is happening in Biafra land. With the chunk of people, he got AK-47. The other side got their own AK-47. As he clean, they will clean you. So if you guys want internal war, that internal war will go on. That's one thing I will make it categorically clear tonight. There's no if but about it. Mazi Umeh must be released. And there is nobody among you now can tell me, George, this is what, because this is a question our people was asking from the beginning. Some of them said, George, but we know people that sold our leader. What are we doing? No clear vision. They say, nah, they can't talk. You see the guy shouting, we have to engage, we have to be negotiate. Negotiate with who? If I'm asking. You guys have to run helter-skelter. It will reach, anything that reach nose will reach mouth, eyes everywhere. Or not, it will touch everybody. As you're thinking that you're Acapone, my brother, you haven't seen anything of. I will give you, I still refer you to, forget about Libya. Libya, all the rebels in West Africa trained in Libya, including Chastel or Jaya Sedemo, Foresan Kodemo, all these men, all of them have encounter with Libya. Because Chastel was trained in Libya, came through Ivory Coast before he came to kill Samaido. So we have histories. Don't think this is a joke. When you're planning, thinking that you're Acapone, I don't know where you live, but you need to be very careful, boy, because you're a boy, man. Trust me. Say things you know and things you don't know. Call people's name and clean them. You think people will sit down and watch you? Let it be. I'm sounding a warning. And everybody must tell their people back home. When people say something, maybe you think they're joking, maybe they're not joking. Like I said, we hear it's only three we hear that they want to cut him down and stand there. But human being here, I'm going to die. You must run for your life. If you guys now are thinking that the zoo agent is one that's going to protect you with China Samola and gang of criminal and Asaya Dokubo, so be it. Like one of our brother in Nkwane we say, he tell this idiot they call Ifanyuba. Ifanyuba, if you want to know that people love you, go and take Mazi Umeh position and see if anybody will lock shop because of you. People are doing what they are doing voluntarily. Like China Samola confirm is in conformity. So you cannot fight what he instituted. Leave our people alone. People have chosen what they're choosing. Allow them. You people couldn't do what they asked you to do. Now it is off your hands. And you guys must back off. Or you must create more mayhem. And you guys are going to be the one to answer to it. One thing I'm going to put, I will leave to God, is that I will put your voice where you were narrating that Onyendu, everybody was reluctant. The time here, yeah, I don't mind. I can play that audio because the evil man, I will let Biafrans listen to your voices because you guys are evil. I want people on the side of my voice tonight to judge with this audio I'm going to leave here with you guys because whatever is happening in Biafra land today, those that are liable to it, we cannot let them get away with it. There are the people, primary suspects, any crime, any mayhem going on in Biafra land today. Chikerism instituted it. And I want to thank every single one for the listening sound of my voice. I will leave you with their voices. Why I'm leaving you? Because to you to hear from their own mouth and voices, this is an evil man. The one Mazi Umeh dead. Ask China Samola 101. What are you doing to get Mazi Umeh out? Even a Joffo was writing in an idiot. Somebody gave a number from the UK Telegram here that if Onyendu was going to undergo surgery in DSA, he's still there. Has he gotten himself treated? A man he wished death. Thank you for listening to me. And our advice again, advise your people back home. Because once you're dead, you're a dead person. You can't come back again. That's all I have to tell you. For me from here, it's good evening.
And I asked our people, those that I had discussion with. I said, but what is the reason? They don't even give any reason why we should suspend it. And they said he didn't give a reason. And I asked them, but you tell me, what reason would I give Biafrans why I am suspending this sit at home when our demands has not been met? That was my question. I asked those both in DOS and those who were not in DOS that I had the opportunity to speak with. They were telling the news. I asked them, what will be the reason I have to give? And with that, sorry, I think I'm trying to mix a little thing here, but the lawyers have not come back to us now. Now, this is before the night, the first day of it. So when I was asking them what is the reason they want us to suspend this thing, and they told me that we should use NECO as an excuse. I mean, we should use NECO because of the exam that the people are trying to hold. And I said, but NECO doesn't really, it's not a strong excuse to give the Biafrans why we should stop the sit at home. And I will be very, very frank. And I will take the responsibility. I haven't said it on air before because it's nothing. I don't come on air and I said, because there is no reason from our leader that we should stop this sit at home, that we are going to go ahead with the sit at home. And then we went ahead with the first sit at home. After we did the first sit at home, and it was a huge success, unbelievably successful. Then, after that same Monday after the sit at home, the lawyers had a visit again to Onyendu, and they now came back and said that Onyendu said we must suspend that sit at home. So that message came now the second time, and I said, okay, if Onyendu insists, after the evidence we have provided that this thing was successful and that our people were willing to do it, if he insists, I will suspend it. And I suspended it. That instruction came from Onyendu. And anybody who tells you otherwise is lying. And that's how I'll answer that question for you. Now,
when we mount up that pressure, everywhere started to panic. When we declared this sit at home, we got a message from the leader that we should call off this sit at home. I don't want to go deep on people. There were people who played a very dangerous role against that sit at home for their own selfish interest. Because I expect you to come here to ask. When we put sit at home, you saw that Ohaneze Ndigbo, you saw the people opposing the sit at home. You saw them. And you saw people who were giving them thumb up. It is that destruction they want in IPOB. It is to destroy and discredit the IPOB leadership. After due consultation with our leader, we went ahead, conducted the first sit at home that was carried around the world. Our leader continued to send message that the sit at home, we should call it off. The message continued to come. Everybody was reluctant to call it off. Why I'm explaining this thing is that at the end of the day, I want you who have supported because the sit at home Monday, our people have been voluntarily. When we announced the sit at home, we got messages. Even we are not normal. We know that spoken word cannot be retrieved back. But the enemies of this struggle, they continue to attack the sit at home. They continue to bring excuses that NATO is coming. This one is coming. The university is 6 months on strike till now. They use it to blackmail the IPOB leadership. If you are not aware, everywhere was that the Chike Doziem and Chinasa Woru, they don't listen to what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is saying. That they disobeyed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And you are one of those people. I am making you a direct accusation. Some of you, like you, were part of the people carrying all this kind of rumor that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told them to allow somebody to come on radio. They refused. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told them to cancel the sit at home. They refused. I know this struggle. That word that I spoke, because it was in conformity in what the leadership agreed, and it was the best for the struggle. But you were there when people were blackmailing Chinasa Woru and Chike Doziemo. It was to avoid saying that we disobey Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because we must always listen to him, whether in the DSS
International.
Okay,
Yes.
go ahead.
Okay. Okay, and I was saying that I thank sister that just spoke, especially again because at the last conclusion of her statement, said it all. She said it all because she said, I'm the second in command. I'm the second in command. The first in command is there. I cannot honestly be expected to take over the work of the first command. The first command is reachable. He is still in charge. And that is what I have been trying to let our people know. That is also what the enemy wants us to prove. They want us to isolate our leader. Isolate him in the sense that believing that he's not in control. Oyendu is in control, and that is what we must push across. I am second in command. When there are issues that I can deal with immediately and deal with as second in command that does not need the input of Oyendu, I deal with them because I know he has taught me how to deal with those issues. But if there are so weighty issues that we need the first in command to make an input, I will act according to his instructions. And as I'm speaking to you, Oyendu is seized of the allegations about his head of finance. I know the instructions as he told me to carry out. Based on that, he has not asked me to remove anybody, and I cannot remove anybody because Oyendu, people are going around saying, I said it on my broadcast, and I'm very disappointed. Are we deliberately trying to isolate him? Because that is what they want us to do. We must push it all the time that the Oyendu is in charge. That is what scares our enemy. If we reduce his authority, we are putting him in danger. And I cannot be part of that. So until he tells me in that very serious allegation, very serious matter, that he appointed the head of finance and taking into account that these allegations have been there before he got this issue that he has now. He was already aware of it. He hasn't acted on them, and up to now he hasn't asked me to act on them. I don't think it's reasonable for me to act without his authority. I can't do that. That is why I'm a very, very simple, obedient follower. That is how it is. I know where my responsibility lies. I know where my duties lie. I know where I am expected to act, and in those areas, be rest assured that I will act. Where the input of Oyendu is needed, I will wait for his input before I act. We are here also, we may disagree on that, but that is my outlook of this whole situation. I have been in this movement.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
To court. With the state of the mind you have seen our leader, do you think our leader is not capable of making any decision? Something he sees may affect him or affect the struggle. That's number one. Number two, the IPOB leadership is not taking orders. Every order. What Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is doing is to
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
kind times are different with the time we are in. The kind of detention somebody is equating to that you don't take orders is the time when messages passes from one hand to another before it gets to the leader. Now, we have been in this struggle. We work with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Ask the lawyers. There are message, if they bring it, we told them this message is not what we expect. That means the message might be diluted. We now use our brain and decode the remaining things we have to do. That is why we are...
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
There are many people who have refused to respect and obey this IPOB structure. Some people went home. They said, because it's only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu I will respect. When he is out, I will come out. But let me give you a message. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu also take advice from the IPOB leadership. We do advise each other when we have things. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is somebody who takes advice. Put in your mind, you have closed every door to even work with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because I know when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out, you go to him and tell Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because you were not there, I didn't want to work. And if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu tell me to work with you, I will tell Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I won't work with you, because if in your absence you don't respect the leadership, you don't work with anybody in the leadership. Now Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is out, you come to work with the leadership. We won't work with you. It's as simple as ABCD. And he will understand our stand. Because you can't insult. We are building a nation. We are building a country, an institution. Now at the end of the day, if Mazi Nnamdi, what if Biafra comes today? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu retire, that he said he don't want to be the leader. A new leader emerge. You say you won't respect that place only. Then you go home and you sleep and close your mouth shut. It is stupidity and the ignorance. Anybody opening his mouth anywhere and say, I don't listen to anybody, only Mazi Nnamdi. You are stupid. When you are making such comment, it doesn't show that you love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That does not what it means. It shows how stupid and selfish and ignorant you are. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not only him, it's IPOB. It's not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that... It is the IPOB made Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu lead IPOB to the glory also. Trying to say only when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will come out, you come back to the struggle, that is for you. Remember, most of you, we have marked many of you. There are some of you who have, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had problem. I'm not asking you to respect me. I don't need respect from you. Respect the institution. Respect the structure of IPOB. Some of you who come and talk rubbish on social media talk, you are not even up to my younger sisters. You are not even up to my younger sisters. Some of you not even up to my younger brothers. You are not even up to my cousins. People who respect us. We have a lot of people who respect us. You are nobody. But you come, you put your mouth, because talk is free. You come, you demonize the leadership. You think tomorrow, if when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out, you come, you say, because that time Mazi Nnamdi, that time you go and walk in the office of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If he takes you, you walk there. If he don't take you, you take your bag and go home and sit. Biafrans and all the lovers of freedom, we have stayed very long on this program. I didn't.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International. Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
There are things we can praise the pot in everything we scatter. Yes. But as we are planning it also, we take, sometimes we do inform our leader also. We say, wait. But there is a time we also, because we don't want what happened we don't want what happened during the sit-at-home order to repeat itself. We don't want. We don't want an order we will give now, the enemies will, and we feel it may be too early. We don't want to do it based on what, because of these enemies, infiltrators. Let me tell you something. This thing we are doing, if we don't handle it very well, because that is what the government wants us to do. When we just mention, you will see they will use anybody. You saw what happened in the sit at home. You saw it. You saw it that just to announce something for the benefit of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because he was not listening. You saw it. You saw his brothers came out, issued their own press release. You saw this is what they are waiting for. They came to counter all the effort and that pronouncement. What people don't understand, they were fighting a wrong fight. That pronouncement, that the same day I made that pronouncement, one thing people don't know is this. I didn't make that pronouncement by my own power. But somehow I was asked to always go on radio to speak to our people. And that was the time I was given that instruction. And the moment I pour out that word, it becomes like waking even when we want to call it off, the members of the DOS was saying we cannot call this thing off. But it's because of the pressure, putting pressure on Onyendu, and at the end of the day, is the sit at home not heading to 1 year. People capitalize on it.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International. Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
Because it's really proved to be that way. I don't want to ever say now. I want every evidence. Because see,
and where every evidence he goes that now he need a million do not catch you. Can you imagine? Hi, I'll wear man.
And the others should all reaction of human being. All human reaction. In a like this, how a human being should react.
Yes.
Is how we are reacting. But all the muka, spiritually, all the muka, he also the
yeah. Also, I think so too.
Yes, and all the muka, or what came back at in that thing. But this stage, as at this stage,
yes. Yes, all the time.
Yes, although all the mega balance in
yeah.
You see, kind of check
that is the way it looks like.
You see, that is.
I will talk about this tomorrow. Because I will talk about this tomorrow because more I'm following the reason why. I'm following the reason why this kind of normal go anybody that this kind of trip. Or just first one is only so just second one.
Zoya.
Yeah?
Zoya. Ogwaro anybody.
Yes.
How can you create departments who are supposed to report to HOD?
Chai, oh blame Onyendo. Chai, I don't know. Onya with the team.
The problem.
Chai, I don't know.
Create a structure. Come here and maintain that structure. So when you report what you know ahead of you. Get somebody report it to me direct. Report to me direct if you make it.
Well, I don't want any age you have few people